How to install Angular. First step, install Nodejs. Very important, the server-side scripting language. You can go to nodejs.org and just download the latest version. You don't need to do this. You can just download the current version. No harm in doing that. Okay, so that's very important. I'll give you a little bit introduction to Node.js. It's a server-side scripting language. Okay, so it's a server-side scripting language used to develop servers. It has a very important tool which we will be using for the upcoming installations, that is known as npm. It's called Node Packaging Manager. And that's all for now. Second step, I'll just write the website for Node.js, so in case someone wants to refer it. Second step is to have yarn tool installation. This is a very important tool for, it's like a package manager for the scripting language JavaScript. It was developed by Facebook, and what's the use of it for our case? For our case, we'll be using it to install the libraries. We'll need many libraries for Angular development. We'll be using this yarn tool to develop the libraries. So how can we install the yarn tool? The command is npm then install g yarn and latest. So I'll explain you one by one. npm means Node Packaging Manager, and then we say install, and then we say g means global installation. Sometimes we remain specific to a particular project, and global means for entire instance. So for all users, I don't think it's for all users, it's just for entire computer. You can install this, so it's installed globally, and you don't need to install it for a particular project. That's very important. You do it globally. All right, so, and then we say yarn at latest, so it will give you the latest version. Here is the website for official website by Facebook Engineering, new package manager for JavaScript. Okay, so you can read more about yarn in this link. Okay, so we have done two steps, and now it's time to do the third step. Third step is Angular installation. For Angular development, you need Node.js, yarn tool, and third thing is the Angular installation. So as I have said that Angular is developed by Google and it's a framework. So how will we install it? The command is npm install globally @Angular CLI. Okay, and then I just this I wanted to explain you that what's CLI. CLI stands for command line interface. Okay, so we'll be using command line interface for creating and executing Angular projects. Now once we have installed Yarn and Angular, it is very important to link Yarn and Angular. How can we do that? So first step is to install, and then once this is done we will be linking both of them. Okay, so linking can be done using a command called ngconfig globally cli.packageManager yarn. So ng stands for Angular configuration should be globally linked with the yarn package manager. So once you do this, you are ready to create your Angular application. Okay, so let's go to our command prompt. Okay, and just do the installations. This one. Npm install globally latest. Doesn't take much time and it's done. Boom. Similarly, npm install Angular CLI. Okay, so now it's giving me error. Why is giving me error? Because we missed symbol, and then it's installing it. Once this is installed, we will be using this command to link both of them. Okay, and along with having this setup, it is important to download Visual Studio Code, VS Code. Some people call it VS Code, Visual Studio Code. You can use other IDE also, but this one is available free, and you can install it on your Mac, Linux, Windows platforms. So I will just download this and install it. Okay. And the beauty about this is that it has lots of support. See, Node.js, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, all these supports are there in Visual Studio Code, and you can easily do your programming, and it will give you, because of its IntelliSense, it will give you prompts, right? So this is a very good thing about Visual Studio Code. It's very successful in the market. I interact with lots of developers, lots of teachers. Everyone prefers, everyone nowadays they are preferring this program. Okay, so we'll just create, save it. You don't need it actually, you just need the terminal for now. Okay, so installation is done. Now this is important. It is asking you the question that would you like to share anonymous data usage data with Angular team at Google under Google's privacy? You can say yes or no. I'll just say no. Okay, and that's it. This because of the privacy issues, they are trying to add these type of questions, which is really good. Now it's time to link both of them. So how we are going to link it? Using this command ngconfig cli.packageManager yarn. It's important that M is capital. Make sure that M is capital. It's a case sensitive. That's it. You are ready now. Okay. Now, what our Visual Studio Code is ready. We have done yarn installation. We have done Angular installation. We have linked both of them. Now it's time to create our first Angular application. So, for creating our first Angular application, what we are going to do is we are going to create a folder here. We'll call it Angular. Okay, let me put it here, and then simply either you can go from file and open this folder, or you just drag it. Okay, so here is your Angular folder, and then what we are going to do is we'll create our first Angular project using command line. So you go to terminal and new terminal. The shortcut is Control Shift A, Shift plus, Control Shift and not plus, Control Shift and the apostrophe mark, and here we are. So now we'll give the name of our application. So ng new, and let's call it Angular app. Okay, and just press enter. It will take some time to create your first app. It says that the term ng is not recognized as the name of a command line. Why is it giving you this error? The only reason is we are using PowerShell here. You have to change this. Either you can do it even using, you can use this one, command prompt, and you just say you go to the folder that is this one, desktop, see the users thing, we have a desktop. So you can copy this link, paste it here, and then go to Angular, and then you say ng new Angular app. See, now it's saying that would you like to add Angular routing? We say yes or no. So first of all, before answering, we need to know what does this mean. Angular routing means that you will be creating a single page web application. You might have heard about SPA. This is a very famous word that, for example, if you go to some website, let's say maybe we can take example of Google Store, right? You go to Google Store, the e-commerce part of the store. See, right now if you click here, go here, it's not giving you the loading symbol here on the above the navigation bar, right? It's not doing that. It's not loading. For example, if you go to some other website like let's say Amazon, okay, in Amazon, even if you want to go to customer service, see this loading, that means this is not SPA, but this one is a SPA. See, anywhere you go, you can just go easily. It doesn't load here. It's built in such a way that it's single page application. So the question was, would you like to add Angular routing? We'll say no for now because we are just starting. Now they say that which style sheet format would you like to use? They have different style sheet. See, SAS, LASS. This CSS is like the foundational thing, and then based on that, SCSS, SASS are derived. We'll know more about them in future, but it's similar to bootstrapping. It's like according to me, like how I can explain you is like, it's like we are using bootstrap commands for styling, right? So we get every content from CDN. Similarly, you can get ready-made CSS from these websites. Later on we'll learn about it. And then we just said CSS, and it's installing the packages right now. Till the time it's installing, we'll see here, we don't need to use the PowerShell, we need to use the command prompt. So this is the one. So if you use this, you can easily do the things from here also. But no worries, we have done already using the CMD, so that's not an issue. So till the time it's installing, I'll show you the notes here. Okay, so we'll revise once again. Install Node.js, install Yarn tool, install the Angular, and then link both of them, and then you are ready to do your development. Visual Studio Code is must for doing the development. You can use other IDEs like the one by JetBrains, that's called IDE. These are very, they do have lots of IDEs. These are also very good, so you can explore these also, but we'll be using Visual Studio Code. There is a difference between Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio. Need to be very careful. Visual Studio is having their community version and also the paid version. Visual Studio Code is the one which is more flexible these days, being accepted. Okay, so I hope the installation is done. Okay, now we are going to go to our first application. So we'll change our drive to our Angular app. So we are in Angular app, the app which we created, and we will execute this project. How can you run this project? So ng means Angular, okay, and then we say s means so, and then say o means open in a default browser, and you just click enter. And see, it's compiling, and it will give you the link where we can open, we can see this in our browser. Let it compile everything. So the default port for Angular is 4200. I was just showing you, but what happened is when we run this ngso, it compiles it, and then we state that open with a default browser. So it automatically opened in a default browser. So this is our first Angular app. We have not done any programming yet. This is simple demonstration of installation and running your first Angular application. Will be looking towards the development in the next series of videos. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.